empty your mind before shapeless like water. Water can flow, or it can crash. Empty your mind before.
Hey, what's up? This is the Black Belt Panda, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Detail. This episode is going to focus mainly on using trees decoratively. Most people think of trees as just, you plant them, you can bone meal them, grow them, boom, you got a tree. Well, there are a few other things you can actually do to achieve different effects and different types of trees. So the first is pretty common. Let's say you've got a little space inside your house where you want to put in just a little decorative mini tree, like a decor tree, a little shrub. Just put down a grass block, fence post on top, put a block of leaves, whatever ones you want to go with. I'm just using the basic oak leaves. Surround the grass block in trapdoors, like so. And you have a very basic miniature decorative tree. Not entirely sure how you would phrase that. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And if you've got a bit of a larger space to work with, you can actually make it just a little bit bigger. You could use 2 fence posts instead of 1. And you can just add leaves on all sides, put one on the top like that. You can make a bigger one. You could fill it in a little bit more on some sides if you wanted to. That's totally up to you. You can also probably be best to surround this with trapdoors as well. Just gives the effect that it's more of a potted plant. I wish we had a better way to do it, but right now, trapdoors seems to be one of the best ways to achieve this effect, while still retaining the grass appearance on top anyway. One other way you could do it is if you've got a space outside where you'd like some decorative trees, you could do the single leaf block on top of 2 fence posts. And if you put vines on all sides of that leaf block, they'll grow downwards, and a row of these looks pretty impressive once the vines have grown. And you could even take it just one step further and plant a row, something like this. Let me fill in this little space here. And place your leaf blocks all along the top of that, along with your vines. And this looks pretty cool once all the vines grow down. You can make it taller if you want to be able to walk under it, but generally this is really useful for lining pathways. So if we have one on the other side here, just make one here really quick. And it's really good for defining a walking area, a little pathway to use. And actually prevents the person from leaving said walkway while they're in it, as you can see here. Can't get out. So that's pretty useful. It's a nice little way to decorate. And like I said, it achieves its full effect when the vines are fully grown. So yeah, moving on. One other cool thing you can do with trees, and I've got plenty here to work with, so I'm going to demonstrate on these guys. You can plant a regular tree or, pick a regular tree, which is what I'm doing right now, and you can actually change its appearance completely just by replacing the leaf blocks. So let's say I wanted a cherry tree. So let's go with this one here. Get rid of those. What you want to do is replace all the visible leaf blocks with pink wool. It's actually easier if you start from the top and work your way down. And you could even, if we wanted to, let's grab some glowstone here. Put a piece of glowstone on the top where nobody's going to see it. And it'll kind of give the tree a little bit of light. But yeah, if you work from the top down, it's usually a little bit easier. Because you can just move down in rows like this. And just replace the leaf blocks that you can see. And that will save on whatever material you're using, in this case, pink wool. And move down another row here. Because you don't need to replace leaf blocks that are obviously in the middle. So then once you've got those rows done, you can just walk under the tree like so. Replace all of these. And this is an easy way to do it if you can't fly. So like if you're in survival mode. And just a few more here. And we'll have, oops, cherry tree. That looks pretty cool. And if you really wanted to, you could make it more of like a cotton candy tree. Let's say you're making a candy world or something like that, a little fantasy world. You could replace the trunk with like white wool, and I've got a little cotton candy tree. So that could be pretty cool. You can also replace the leaves. Let's find an easy tree here. Here we go. With these yellow and orange stained clay blocks, and achieve trees that appear to have their leaves turning yellow and orange as if they would in the fall or autumn, depending on what you call it. I prefer the term autumn just because, you know, it sounds nicer. So same process. You just replace all the visible leaves. The stained clay blocks look a little bit nicer than the wool when you're doing this particular kind of tree because it just has that warmer tint to it, and obviously more solid color. So you can see you can get like an autumn looking tree that way. And we'll do this one with the orange so you can see them side by side. And you know, I'm going to cut the video right here so you don't have to watch me keep placing these blocks. Alright, and that is the yellow and orange autumn trees next to each other there. It looks pretty good. So if you've got like a whole grove of these, you can really achieve that effect that the area around you is in an autumn season. Alright. Now, Christmas is right around the corner, so I would like to show you very quickly how you can make a Christmas tree without having to build one of those gigantic ones. I'm sure you've seen those huge Christmas trees. If you haven't, you can definitely find them in like Google Images. Just type in Minecraft Christmas tree. Most people build these gigantic trees so that they can decorate it because it's really difficult to decorate a smaller tree. So we're just going to pick a spot over here, and I'll give you a few tips on how you can decorate one of these smaller trees. So I'm not going to bother putting blocks around it to try to make it bigger. We're going to work with whatever we've got. So let's quickly grow it. Is that grass affecting it? There we go. Alright, so we got a decent sized tree here to work with. One of the first things that you'll probably want to do is decorate the top. That's really easy. Gold block. Boom. Star. You can make garland out of a few different blocks. A couple of the easier ones to use on these smaller trees would be cobweb and, believe it or not, mob heads. You can use, if you've got the mob heads, you can use those as well. I'm going to use the cobweb because it's easier to obtain and looks a little bit nicer. So basically what you want to do is you want to pick a starting point. So let's say we start here, and then you want to move up diagonally and around the tree, like so. And eventually you'll reach the top, and you've got a string of garland. You can start on the opposite side as well. So let's start here. And you can make a second row, like so. And it's looking a little bit Halloweenish right now, but that's fine. Take some red and lime wool. And I would use wool for this instead of the stained clay because it's brighter, more vibrant. And just randomly place them around the tree, wherever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be. Whoops, that's a point. Doesn't have to be on the leaf. Could be next to it, like that. Just place it wherever. Another thing you could do to give it a little bit of light is put in some glowstone. And for that, I would just pick a couple blocks here and there to actually replace. I fell with the glowstone, like that. You generally don't need a whole lot of that. Let's see, and some snow, which can be easily obtained. And just spread it around. Some of it's going to melt because of the glowstone, but that's fine. We just want some snow sprinkled around the tree, wherever. So just plop it down wherever you can find a spot. And that's pretty good. And if you look at where your leaves are, you could even, if you wanted to, put snow around the outer edge of the tree. This is assuming you're not in a biome where it's already snowing, of course. And this will give the effect that snow's falling around your tree, and you can go out as far as you want, whatever you think would look good. I'm just going to outline the tree just to show you what I mean. So it looks like snow had kind of fallen, and then the tree obviously prevented snow from falling directly under it. And a lot of Christmas trees, they have these tree skirts around them. I'm not sure what they're called exactly, but I've always just called them a skirt. You can just use carpet to achieve the same effect, and red is pretty much probably the most common color used for this. Alright, so tree skirt. If you've got a little hill like this and you wanted it to look like it's coming off the hill or something, you could use wool. I'm just going to put these back on here. Looks pretty good. Alright, so afterwards, you can just pick off whatever you don't like. I'm just going to take off those 2 blocks there. I don't like them sticking out. And place red wool and, where is it? Lime wool down under the tree. Don't put it on the carpet. Replace the carpet. There we go. Wherever you want them. And those could be like your little presents under the tree. Let's put one there. There. No. There. We'll put a red one next to this red one, and one more right there. That's good enough. Alright, so you got like little presents under the tree. You got your garland, little ornaments. Looks pretty good. So that's a basic Christmas tree. It obviously doesn't look as good as those giant ones because we can't decorate it quite the same way. Once upon a time, you could put mushrooms on these leaves. Can't do it anymore, though. That's honestly disappointing. The mushrooms made good ornaments. Flower pots would probably make good ornaments, too, but can't put those down either. Can't put torches down either. Used to be able to put torches on the leaves. What's up with that? I don't know. But anyway, so those are just a few ideas, different ways you can decorate, make your own ornamental trees. I finally found the term, ornamental trees. There we go. You can make your own seasonal trees, like these little guys over here. Decorative tree, like the Christmas tree here. And even little fantasy trees. And you're not just limited like to what I showed you here. If you just play around with the different blocks, like for example, if you wanted something scarier, you could use soul sand for your trunk and netherrack for your leaves. And you know what? I'll do that really quick off camera to this tree right here, because I want to see what it looks like. Alright, there's your highly flammable netherrack tree. You could probably even use obsidian too, maybe with like a netherrack trunk or soul sand trunk or something. You get some really creepy trees doing that. But yeah, so I hope you get the general idea there. You can do a lot more with trees than what may seem obvious at first. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, please click that like button. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave those in the comments section below. And if you want to support my channel, feel free to share the video with your friends on Google+, Facebook, whatever you've got, doesn't matter. Every extra view definitely helps the channel grow a lot, which means more content for you guys. Yay! Alright, so thank you for watching. This is the Black Belt Panda, and I will see you in the next video.